Perhaps.
Uh,
Give the
An Evening at the Movies is a proud member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Other shows in the network include Mass Debaters, The Sip List, Crushgasm, Love is Black, Men Are the Prize, Crime Rewind, and Literature Reapers. You can find out all about our shows and more at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com. Happy listening. You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Greetings and salutations. This is An
say what?
Evening at the Movies. I'm making up words as on the fly as we go.
All
Because
right.
that's what I do. Well, I haven't made up a word in a while, but 6 of one, half dozen of the other. This is An Evening at the Movies, the podcast where we eat the stale popcorn, we drink the watered down sodas, and we talk about all of our favorite movies and why we love them. And I am your incredibly young looking, amazingly awesome host, Casey B. And I'm also joined by my even younger looking. You thought I was going to insult you, but I didn't.
Well, that's a
Um,
first.
uh, well, okay, well, I can still flip that around and go back because I wasn't done introducing you.
Yeah.
Strike that, reverse it. Just kidding. Um, everybody's favorite younger than me co-host is here with us, and everybody say hi to her. Hi, her.
What's up? It's Friday.
Um, it is Friday, unless you're not watching live, and then in that
Yeah,
case, then it's Wednesday.
that's fair.
And in argument of the fact that for part of our audience, this is going to be Wednesday. Um, it is also Alfred Hitchcock's 126th birthday today. Not Friday, Wednesday, people. Don't come at me with no freaking hate for saying it 5 days early. But happy birthday to one of the greatest directors of all time. Um, Movies would not be what they are today without his creative vision. And I feel like we're going to get into a little bit about that today.
Definitely.
So, um,
Hey, I sent you a message.
there's no. Oh, on the Book of Faces.
On the Book of Faces. This is my face board. Anytime I hear Facebook now, I always think of the League Taco with his literal giant board. He's like, "This is my face board," and he's like writing on it and stuff. Anyway, yes, Alfred Hitchcock.
Yes. So, and in the meanwhile, pause on that thought really quick. Mm-mm-mm. Hi, homie.
Want me to just riff? I'm gonna riff. It's Friday. Ain't got no job. Ain't got shit to do. Not getting high, but I am drinking rosé, and I've got a full glass. I did the heavy pour. Nothing wrong with that. I baked some cookies, and I'm gonna watch some Harry Potter later.
Um, you better be watching a lot of Harry Potter later.
Well, I gotta finish Goblet of Fire, so I got about
You
halfway
gotta
through.
finish. You gotta finish more than that.
Well, I know, but hey, I finished Game of Thrones in like 5 weeks, so I was proud of myself. Maybe actually
Uh,
faster than that. maybe like 4 weeks.
When you actually sat down and got going, you finished Game of Thrones like that.
Yeah. Well, also I was trying to
And
beat
okay,
George, but I didn't. He sneak attacked me.
wasn't by a whole lot you didn't beat George.
Oh, no, I was really close, but he knew I was trying to beat him, so he lied about what episode he was on and then stayed up till 2 a.m. while he was traveling to finish watching it. Asshole. And I knew he was doing that too, but what are you going to do? Anyway.
So, I mean, you've known Jeej for how long?
Yeah. I even said it in our group chat. I was like, I think he's not telling me what episode he's on because he's trying to sneak attack me. And sure enough, that's what he did. The bet was
He
wallpaper.
doesn't like to lose.
No, he does not. So
Even more than you don't like to lose.
and that's a lot.
So
No wallpaper for me, but
I know.
Game of Thrones is good. I think I'll watch it again actually, because I'm sure I'll pick up on stuff I missed, especially because it took me to about season 3, and finally I was like, I got to watch this shit with the subtitles on, and that made a big difference.
Yeah, no, it really does. So hold that thought.
$25,000.
Yeah, I wish. So, okay. So, before we get into this week's episode, you opened Pandora's box the other day, yesterday, and
I did.
started a game.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you're prepared to go, but I am prepared to screw with your head.
Okay.
So, I have a movie.
Okay.
And I have 8 characters from this movie.
Okay. You're going to say the actor, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not the character. If I gave you the character.
Oh, it's a character. I'll get it on the first one. Maybe not, but
you would have it by the 3rd. I can guarantee it.
So this is a game we saw on TikTok. There's a podcast that does this, and then they also do a segment where there's a whole Reddit thread of describe a film plot badly. And so they read those and try to get the other members to guess the movie, and that's pretty fun too. But this one is guess the movie by giving actors and see how few guesses I can get it in. So I'm ready.
Okay. So you have 8 actors or actresses.
Okay.
Are you ready for your first actor/actress?
Yes.
Bonnie Hunt.
Jerry Maguire.
You son of a bitch!
Oh man.
So the next 7
amazing.
clues. The next 7 clues were going to be Jay Moore.
Oh yeah.
Kelly Preston. Jerry O'Connell. Regina King.
I just want to play football.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
And then if you didn't have it by that point, the last 2 would have given it away.
I think I only know like Renee 2 movies that Bonnie Hunt is in, and that's the main one. So.
Yeah, that and Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yeah, Cheaper by the Dozen. That was the other one. I could picture it, but I couldn't remember the name. You got it back up? Because that was easy.
No, I literally was concerned that you weren't going to get it from this one because I didn't think you knew a whole lot of Bonnie Hunt movies.
I don't. I know 2.
And I thought that was going to trip you up. But obviously your last 2 were Renee Zellweger and Tom Cruise.
I mean, that was a good strategy. I'll give you that. But all right, next time.
I feel like if I had gone with maybe Jay Moore first or Kelly Preston, I might have had a better shot at getting you deeper into the game.
Yeah, Jay Moore definitely. I think if you had said Kelly Preston, my mind probably actually would have went to Jerry Maguire. Um, just because of her iconic "Don't ever stop fucking me," which I saw with my boyfriend's parents when we were
Yeah.
18. It was very awkward. All right,
Yeah,
you'll get me next time,
I saw
maybe.
Jerry Maguire. I saw Jerry Maguire in the movie theater, and when it came out on videotape or DVD, one
Yeah,
of the two, whatever I
I think
saw
I
it
was
on at
VHS
home,
still.
I had totally forgotten about the iconic Kelly Preston scene.
Yeah.
So I recommended mom watch it, and I sat down to watch it with her. And then, because there's no warning in that scene,
Oh,
all of a
yeah.
sudden you're just like
It just comes out of nowhere.
Renee Zellweger talking to Jonathan Lipnicki, and she's all like, "Whoever captured him
Must
must
be
be one classy girl." And like,
classy.
don't
Yeah.
ever stop. I'm like, oh Jesus. Uh,
That's exactly
so
what happened to
technically,
us.
Jonathan.
What?
Oh, go ahead. No, I was just gonna say Jonathan Lipnicki was actually the ninth actor, but I figured as soon
Oh,
as I said Jonathan Lipnicki, you would have gone directly to Jerry Maguire.
I didn't even remember that kid's name. So should have started with him.
Well,
Oh well.
the human head weighs 8 pounds.
He's so freaking cute.
So, all right, you were telling a funny story when I cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say that's exactly what happened to us. We saw it in the theater, me and my boyfriend, and then his mom rented it back when Blockbuster was still available, and we completely forgot about it until it came on, and we were like, "Oh my god, oh my
Whoop, whoop.
god, oh my god." Ah,
Yeah. There's certain things that there's reasons why I won't recommend my mom watches movies because you know my taste in movies and generally things happen in the movies that we watch. And that's not necessarily something I want to be sitting down and experiencing a movie with my mother.
yeah, that's weird. That's definitely weird.
No bueno. So, anywho,
We're here to talk about my favorite
congratulations, way to go.
Cuckoo!
Yeah,
Cuckoo! Thank you. I'm going to
dying
take being the
fucked your head.
champion.
Yeah, what else is new? You win at everything, unless you're competing against George.
That's fair.
So, so with all of that said, it is Alfred Hitchcock month, like I said, because today is Hitchcock's 126th birthday. We're pulling the band-aid off, and we're just celebrating it all month long. So last week we talked about Dial M for Murder. Did great with the listeners. There was actually a lot of positive talk about it. Um,
Nice. Hopefully, it made
at
people
least
who've never seen it
not
before go watch
necessarily.
it.
Oh, there's some people I can guarantee you that had not seen it that have said they were going home to watch it.
Nice.
Wasn't necessarily on the social medias, but it was in person. So definitely. Um, but this week we're talking about the birds. Next week we're talking about Rear Window, and then the week after that we're talking about Vertigo. So lots of Hitchcock stuff to talk about. And are we ready to get into it? Since we're
I'm
playing
ready.
Beat the Clock, I'm ready. I'm ready. The
I'm ready.
Birds was released on March 28th, 1963. It was directed by some director named Alfred Hitchcock. It, go figure. It was released by Universal Pictures. It had a $3.3 million budget. It had a box office of $11.4 million,
Yikes.
which, like last week when we talked about it, 11.4 in 1963 is a lot of freaking money.
Yeah.
And I have, if you have not seen the birds and want to see the birds, again, highly recommend it. We'll get to that even more detail later. But um, great freaking movie. Anybody who loves horror should see this movie at some point in your life if you haven't already. Um, but if you have not seen it, you're not going to get it for free anywhere because it literally just went off of Netflix like last week.
I know, so
So
annoying.
literally, we're starting Alfred Hitchcock month, and Netflix gave back all their Hitchcock movies.
Right.
Ironically, all four of the movies we're discussing this month were part of the Netflix package that went back to whoever.
I think Rear Window is free on Prime. I feel like I remembered seeing it, but I don't know if Vertigo is anywhere. I guess we'll see. But
Well, I mean, I wasn't that worried after last week when I discovered I did not have Dial M for Murder, but
yeah.
I have The Birds on DVD, I have Vertigo on DVD, I have Rear Window on DVD, and most importantly, I have the greatest Alfred Hitchcock movie of all time on DVD. But we're not talking about that movie this month because we've already talked about it 18 times on an evening at the movies. So,
Because we should.
our yes, we should. Um, and I'm sure at some point it'll probably pop up again from time to time
I'm
over the
sure.
next couple weeks. But anyway, are you ready to guess a score?
Yes.
I've got a tomato meter score and I've got a popcorn meter score.
Okay, so popcorn meter, again, I'm going to go with my thing with Rotten Tomatoes that people probably didn't watch it in real time. And, I think it still holds up, but it doesn't hold up in today's like special effects. So I'm going to go 81% on the popcorn meter. And I'm going to go 89% on the tomato meter. Or maybe
Trying
90.
to cover the spread, are we?
Cock. Ooh, did I?
Um, popcorn meter on 100,000 plus reviews,
No.
83%.
Oh, okay. That's a lot more people than I expected to have reviewed it.
Yeah, but I've also seen a lot of cinema college courses where this
Yeah.
movie is like one of the first homework assignments to watch in the class. So,
There's some interesting things about this movie that are different from his other movies. So it's a
oh
good thing
yeah,
to study in cinema, which I know we'll get to talking about. But
yes. And on 69 reviews, the critics gave it a whopping 94%.
oh, snap. Okay. Guess I
So
aimed
we
too
were
low.
pretty close on both.
Yeah. All
I mean,
right.
neither of the scores is bad, but
Right.
I still think the audience got it wrong.
So the birds, again with horror, it doesn't get a lot of recognition. Sorry about the noise. It did get
You're fine.
nominated for an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. It did not win. And then Tippi Hedren won a Golden Globe for Most Promising Newcomer. So there you go.
Best visual effects.
Yeah.
This movie,
It was nominated. It didn't win, but this movie has some good visual effects. They mixed
I mean,
they mixed electronic birds with regular birds and had to train them and made it look really good. And the pecking at the people looked really fucking real. Like I thought it had some.
I at the end of the day, I guess the green screen effects were
Yeah,
groundbreaking for the time.
For 1963, I mean, it's not terrible.
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah. All right. So the birds. So after I say this, I have to say something really quick that cracked me up, and I sent it to you. But the birds. Melanie Daniels meets Mitch Brenner in a San Francisco pet store and decides to follow him home. Stalker. She brings with her the gift of two lovebirds, and they strike up a romance. One day, birds start attacking the children at Mitch's sister's birthday party. A huge assault starts on the town by the attacking birds. What cracked me up was that screenshot I sent you on Prime where it says a woman and her fiance have to fight off the birds or whatever. And I was like, they didn't even know each other for 24 hours. They were not affianced.
I mean,
Somebody messed that up.
that was one of my questions about the movie was when exactly in this 24-hour period did they actually go Facebook public?
They didn't. She didn't even want
Because
to go public with Annie. Poor Annie.
exactly. And on top of it, it's what almost 3/4 of the way through the movie before we're not getting through this episode without bringing up the Hayes Code. We get to your favorite thing, the
Theirs actually wasn't as bad as some of the other movies because it didn't go on for a long time. It was very much a quick, passionate, like, I'm going to grab you, we're going to kiss real quick, and then I got to go off to do whatever. So it wasn't as bad, but yes, it was still very much the mouth mashing that
but
they
there
love to
was
do.
no puckering at all. I
Right.
mean, literally a kiss is mwah. There's
Yeah.
none of
Nobody
that.
does pucker their lips in these movies. That's funny.
You win some, you lose some.
So one of the things I did want to talk about with this movie that I think makes it like really, really stand out from many movies, but especially Hitchcock movies, is that it doesn't have a score. Like that is wild to me. The movie literally just relies on dialogue and sound effects. And it's like you don't even notice it. But yeah, it's like all of
Yeah, I
Hitchcock's
mean,
other
it's.
movies always have this amazing score, and this one
uh,
doesn't have one. I think that's pretty awesome that
I was
they were
gonna
still.
say there's a soundtrack, but it's flappy, flappy wings and
And
screeching bird calls.
those sounds those birds made freak me the fuck out.
I think the sounds were probably the most terrifying aspect of. Not saying that having 100,000 birds attack you isn't terrifying because it is,
Yeah.
but
Watching all the pecking was like, "Bleh." I did
I
not care
mean,
for that.
literally, while they're attacking you, you can't fight them off because even if you knock one out of the way, there's others that are coming at you from different angles. So
Yeah.
you're
And it's like all you
basically
can try
damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
yeah. Like all you can do is try to protect your face, but even then it's like, yeah, the
Okay,
pecking
you
and
might
then
protect here, but here is still unprotected, or here is
right.
unprotected, or your neck is unprotected. So, um, really quick before we get into the discussion,
Oh, sorry.
um, we did debut last week something that we're doing this month, and we're playing a game of Where's Waldo. Only
Oh.
it's Where's Alfredo. Did you happen to find Mr. Hitchcock in the movie,
So I didn't get a
or
chance to
are you
rewatch
relying?
it.
Well, then you probably didn't. Then.
If memory serves correct, it is at the beginning of the movie. Like on the streets maybe, like in San Francisco or like outside the pet shop or something? Or inside the I feel like
So
it's around that scene.
Amanda is correct. It
Oh,
is actually early enough in the movie that it happens before one line of dialogue is spoken.
oh, okay, nice.
So when what is it, Melanie
Yeah,
goes walking into the pet store to get her birds for her aunt or bird for her aunt, um, one of the patrons that's walking out with the dog is the birthday boy himself,
there you go.
Alfredo Hitchcock. So,
Do you
not
think?
saying whether or not it's going to happen two more times, but um, he does make 40 cameos in 40 different Hitchcock movies. So,
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it.
and spoiler alert, it did happen in Psycho too. Not as nonchalantly as this one, if I remember correctly, is probably the most nonchalant of the cameos that I've seen him make.
Yeah,
Because it's literally, if you're not looking at that portion of the TV screen, you're gonna miss him because he's literally through the door and
right. And it's a
making
busy
that turn.
scene anyway, because it's like
Yeah,
a busy street and all that stuff. But
and if it's not something you're looking for, you're not gonna see it.
right.
So
Do you think Tippi Hedren named her daughter Melanie Griffith after this Melanie, or do you think that's just a coincidence? I gotta think it's a coincidence, but you never know.
is that who her daughter is?
Yup,
Oh my god.
I
I
know.
host an evening at the movies and I did not know Melanie Griffith had a famous mother.
Oh, yeah.
I know I know she has a
Famous daughter.
famous famous daughter who is famous for having all kinds of freaking BDSM sex on camera with what's his face.
You know what? She's
But
actually not a bad actress. She's been in a few other movies, and I actually kind of like her. But yeah.
I I've only seen probably 15, 20 minutes of said first movie that shall remain nameless. Um, but I think she's a better actress than what's his face is an actor. I said what I said. Crucify me if you want.
I mean, you'd have to read the books to understand the way he was playing the character. So he actually did it pretty well. But I hear you.
I've read 3 books. That's enough for me. I'm not reading different point of view books. I'm not reading anything else.
Oh, me either. Yeah. No, no, I'm not down with the point of view books. Like the whole story from Christian's point of view. I don't need to hear that. um.
I and just like the other one set, ironically in the same state, only set on the other side of the Puget Sound in Forks. I'm not reading point of views on that one either.
Yeah, I tried to, and I was like, nah, that's weird. Um.
So
So, did you know that this was inspired by a real life event, partially? In Capitola, California, seabirds swarmed the town, dive bombing homes and spewing food. That was pretty cool.
hmm,
Supposedly it had something to do with
I mean,
algae, but I don't know.
see, and there's something I wish we would have gotten in this movie is a better explanation as to what was going on and
Well,
what
no,
caused
because
all this. Because unless
it's
I missed something, you really don't get an explanation.
no, you don't. But it's like Michael Myers. It just is. It just happens. You don't need an explanation. Um, but what I think of at the end of this movie is I feel like it's like a maximum overdrive situation. Like there was a comet or some shit and the world went crazy for a day or two and then everything just goes back to normal. So I'm going with comet because that's the only thing I can come up with.
Well, I mean,
other than act of God.
I mean, let's get into it because, and we're not done with discussing the movie by any stretch of the imagination at all. But probably one of my biggest complaints about the movie was just how out of nowhere, bam, it just came to an end. Like
Right.
there was struggle at the end, but there wasn't like climactic struggle. It was Mitch sneaking out the front door, wading through the masses of birds, opening the garage, pulling the car out to get in the car, and "Mm, see you bye. Roll credits. I mean, that's
Yeah,
literally
it's
spoiler
odd.
alert, by the way.
Yeah, it is
I,
a little weird. Um, and you know what? So there's another crazy thing with this movie that Hitchcock is notorious for, and that's torturing his actresses. Um, the scene where she goes
no.
the scene where she goes into the like the upstairs bedroom or attic thing or whatever, and all the birds attack her. They said that took like a week
Mhm.
to film. Um, and then like basically people on the crew were hurling live seagulls at her from behind the camera. And then supposedly she
Wow.
like bird a real bird got her eyelid and she had like a full blown nervous breakdown. They had to shut down production for a week for her to recover. But
So it
that's
was
just
all
for you. And she says he's sexually
it was
harassing
all very well. I mean,
her. Doesn't surprise me at all.
as as great as Alfred Hitchcock is creatively, he's also known to be a very eccentric person as well,
Right. And
and not excusing
very
it by any
smart.
stretch of the imagination at all. Huh?
Well, and very, I mean, he's like, probably almost genius level. So it's like that plus his eccentricities, eccentricities. I just made up a word.
Yeah.
And that's just the way that the movie industry was. I mean, any
Hmm.
actress that was big during those times, guarantee you, most likely had to fuck someone to get there, and it sucks. But
Or they were. I mean, at the same time, we've talked about it before, and I'm sure it'll come up again in the future. But look at everything that actresses like Judy Garland went through throughout her career,
right,
and how she was abused and drugged and all of that. You know,
yeah.
insanely not okay by any stretch of the imagination. But that's how we got to almost 100 years later, finally getting to the Me Too movement.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, I think that was pretty much all of my fun facts, but I thought it was crazy that it was that traumatic for her, which I can understand. If I was locked in a room or a soundstage, a small soundstage with people throwing live birds
Hmm.
at me and they're actually biting me and like getting me in the eye, I would freak the fuck out. I would probably have a nervous breakdown. Like this movie and The Cat's Eye are why I'm scared of birds. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
Well, and there's a reason why, like, the rule of acting is you don't ever want to be in a scene with kids and animals because kids are unpredictable and will pretty much do or say anything and totally screw everything up. Animals, I mean, unless they're insanely abusively trained, you can't communicate with an animal effectively,
Right.
and you know, can you imagine being in The Hangover and having to do a scene with a freaking big ass
Oh,
freaking tiger?
well, and like they
If that
had
tiger wanted to
bird.
be an I was just gonna say, if that tiger wanted to be an asshole, there would be no Bradley Cooper in this world.
Yeah. I mean, they had bird trainers. I read that they built a bird hospital like on the lot, and then they even had people from the ASPCA there to like, you know, so they did what they could, but at the same time, they're birds. There's only so much you can do. And if I'm a bird
Yeah,
and somebody grabs my body and hurls me through the air at a human, I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna defend myself, you know? So that was just
yeah.
a shitty situation, but it made for a really powerful scene. I mean, that
Well,
scene
and
was really
obviously, a
scary.
bird. Most birds are not more powerful than the throwing ability of a adult human being. So if a adult male grabs a bird and throws it, that bird is not going to be able to control itself where it's going.
Right, because it's disoriented and it's been attacked. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, other than the ending, was there anything else you didn't like about the movie?
Honestly, no, there really isn't. This is, I mean, I haven't seen this movie a whole bunch of times, but it's something that I've seen and every time I watch this movie, I fall in love with it more and more every time. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a reason why I love Alfred Hitchcock, and this movie is one of those reasons. For
Yeah.
somebody to literally take a base, to me, you can't get a whole lot more basic than what this story is. There's no bells and whistles. There's no
Hmm.
explosions or Michael Bay effects or anything like
There's an
that.
explosion.
Oh, there's a well. I mean,
I know what you meant, but I
for
was
the
like, there's a pretty
time,
big explosion.
I that's why I reworded it with Michael Bay explosion, because Michael Bay
Right.
explosions are like blow up a whole
Next
freaking
level.
city or blow up a building or whatever the case may be. This
Yeah.
one's just well, I guess technically they blew up a car slash
Gas
whatever,
pump.
but
Yeah.
gas, yeah, but I mean, there isn't a whole lot to work with, and Alfred Hitchcock made a cinematic masterpiece out of it, even to the point that and I don't remember exactly what number it is, but this movie is, I believe, very safely inside of the top 10 greatest horror movies of all time. And I
Hmm.
believe it's actually even ranked higher than Psycho on the AFI list.
Hmm.
I'm pulling it up while we talk, unless you're doing it.
Oh, well, I was, but um,
Okay, as you were then.
let's see. It is it is number 7 on the AFI's 100 Years, 100 Thrills. So,
Okay,
and Psycho is number
same
1.
damn thing.
Well, it's a specialized list. It's not but yeah. Alfred Hitchcock is the most represented director on the list. Yeah, I mean, in the top 10,
Yeah,
he's got 3 movies: Psycho,
what's the
North by
third one?
Northwest, and The Birds.
Uh, that
So,
that's a catch 22 because I don't necessarily consider consider North by Northwest. Well, Again, you said 100 Years, 100 Thrills, so
Yeah, it's
it's not
thrills because
directly a horror.
number 10 is
It's
Raiders
a
of the Lost
suspense
Ark.
movie.
So,
That's more of a horror movie than North by Northwest is.
yeah, true. Silence of the Lambs is number 5. 2 is Jaws. 3 is The
Not a horror
Exorcist.
movie.
Yeah. Well, it's not a horror
Amanda's favorite horror
list.
movie.
Uh,
Yeah, but the Exorcist is still your favorite horror movie.
no, no.
So, was there anything that you particularly didn't care for with the movie?
Uh-oh, we're buffering. Are you there?
I'm here. Are you?
Yeah, we had the Wheel of Doom for a minute. Um, I
Okay.
really love this movie. I love, the tension and the aesthetic and just like, it's really scary. I mean, that's a terrifying thing because there's nothing you can do about it, and those birds outnumber you like at least 100 to 1. I mean, that scene where they're in the living room and all those birds just come flying down through the fireplace is like fucking mind blowing. Um,
Hmm.
um, and I will say, I think probably my favorite part and the scariest part for me is the playground scene where she's just sitting there smoking a cigarette, waiting for Kathy to be done so she can bring her home. And we as the audience can see all these birds flocking to the monkey bars and the jungle gyms and like whatever, but Melanie can't see it. And then all of a sudden she stands up and turns around and it's just black birds everywhere. That part scared me so much I couldn't breathe. Like it's just a perfect moment of terror. So to me that's probably my favorite part of the movie as far as like the terror and all that.
So I remembered another part that I didn't particularly care for in the movie.
Oh.
That damn song that the kids are singing in the school when Melanie shows up to pick up Kathy.
It sounds like they're saying meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
I always say meow, meow, meow. Even I have no idea what they're singing. Like I have no clue or what they're saying, but it literally sounds like meow. Someone's like meow, meow, meow. Yeah, I'm with you. That song is so fucking annoying.
The only thing I can remember is there was a line in the song about I haven't washed my hair in like a year.
Oh, no clue.
Hibbity hoppity.
Words that don't even make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meow, meow, meow.
I mean, it definitely was a callback to um, grade school, elementary music class,
Yeah.
and all the nonsensical songs that you are tasked with singing while your music instructor sitting up there just waving their hands back and forth like they're John Williams.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, that was annoying.
and it went on forever. It's like,
It really
seriously?
did.
She walked out of the freaking school and came outside to go sit on the playground and have a cigarette, which, by the way, would not happen nowadays because schools are smoke-free zones, at least in the state of Washington. So,
I think they are most places, but yeah.
so, but yeah, even while she's sitting there puffing away, noticing that the birds are building up around her, you can still hear the song go over and over and over again, and they repeat the same lines over and
Yeah,
over. And like,
yeah.
seriously, the doors were closed. Sound doesn't travel through solid doors, so
Yeah,
shut
but that's a rackety schoolhouse.
up.
Like rickety,
I
rackety,
mean, it's
whatever.
rickety rackety. I haven't cut my hair in 100 years.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
It's
Um,
just shiplap and shingles. Like, come on. with a big
Okay,
wooden
Chip
door.
Carter Gaines. You and your damn shiplap.
I don't have any shiplap.
Well,
It's
not on
pretty, but
that
I don't
house.
have any.
You might
No,
on your other house.
the new house does not have shiplap. It does have board and batten, but it does not have shiplap.
Oh,
So
does it have a pergola?
no,
Oh,
I ain't got room for that
well,
shit.
no, you got a pool and a hot tub
Exactly.
that evidently did not get painted red, but whatever. So, I are we ready to go get into the review and the rating portion? Because
I think so. Since we both
um,
forgot the
yeah,
assignment.
yeah, pretty much. Because spoiler alert, we apologize, but there will be no um, tribute to the SIP list on this week's episode of An Evening at the Movies. Because I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to do it, and
Yeah, I forgot.
I, I I'm a bad host. But maybe if you're lucky, next week I'll make it up to you with a second top five list, depending upon
It's
what
fine.
everybody's schedule looks like for next week. I'm dedicated to the unpopped kernels, so we'll see what happens. But um, so if you were to rate the birds out of five, what would you give the
I
movie?
I think I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 lovebirds. I think it's really good. I feel like it's decently paced. I think, it's scary when it needs to be, it's cute when it needs to be, and, just the overall tension is good. And, working with live animals is no joke, and I thought they did a pretty good job. So,
Yeah, um, I would probably go 4.5. Um, Creepy stalker ladies who just show up in your weekend hometown for shits and giggles out of five. Um, like everything that you said, though, the movie paces really well. It gets started. They don't really dilly dally around too much, getting to the big stuff actually happening.
right.
I mean, she gets dive bombed by a gull literally, what, 5 minutes after getting to Bodega Bay.
Yeah.
So,
It just goes
and
downhill
then,
from there.
yeah, and it's one of those movies that I've watched movies before where it's like occasionally I'm looking at my watch, like, okay, how much longer do I have? And
Right.
keeping track. This is not one of those movies where I felt like keeping track because it moves along at a good solid pace from
Right.
beginning to middle to end.
I
And
agree.
before you know it, they're getting in a freaking car and running away from the birds and letting the birds take over freaking Bodega Bay, and the birds
Yep.
live happily ever after. And I'm assuming they made it to San Francisco okay.
I think it's like Noah said in the notebook. They'll go back to where they came from, talking about the birds. So I think it'll be fine.
Oh God, that movie will never ever leave me alone, will it?
Yeah. They'll go back where they came
So,
from.
um,
Because he's talking about the birds, but he's also talking about her. Okay. I'm done.
so yeah,
Well, that was fun.
definitely this is one of those movies that if you have not seen it, I highly recommend. this is one of those movies that literally is worth the $3.99 on Amazon Prime
Oh yeah, for
to
sure.
go rent the damn movie and watch it. Because if you love movies, you will find something in this movie to love.
And I mean, it's
So
Hitchcock. It's classic cinema.
it is, and again, we've got some great stuff coming up though over the next couple of weeks. That if birds aren't weird enough and Hitchcocky enough for you, how about crippled dudes sitting in a freaking apartment staring out their window at people for 2 hours?
Got nothing else to do but watch people. But he
I
sees
mean,
some stuff.
Hitchcock is a lot of stuff, believe it or not. But and Hitchcock walked so people like Tim Burton could run, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think a kind of parallel though that I drew with this movie that I'd never thought of before. Um, the Birds feels like a movie that like Frank Darabont was paying tribute to with The Mist when he made The Mist
Yeah.
because both movies are pretty simple. The Mist is a little bit more complicated effects wise than all of that, but even most of the way that the stories flow, they flow in the same way. They kind of, even at the end when Mitch gets into the garage and he's listening to the radio, they're talking about, possibly sending in the military and all of that to eradicate the birds. And um, yeah,
Yeah.
spoiler alert for the Mist, but the military plays a huge part in the plot twist at the end of that movie as well. So
Very true.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that eventually down the road in one of the future Stephen King birthday bonanzas. But as always, we can't end the episode though without thanking the Unpopped Colonels for being here each and every week for us. You guys are
Woo.
incredibly amazing, insanely awesome. All of the adjectives wrapped up into one. All the positive adjectives wrapped up into one. No negative adjectives at all. So, um, really quick though, before we get into coming up next week on an evening at the movies, uh, shout out to all my old head, longtime friends that I got to spend a weekend with the first weekend of August. And happy 30th anniversary or 30th class reunion to all of them as well. Spoiler alert, though, a classmate of mine that I graduated with, Jason Hopkins, who played Sick Boy in Van Wilder, and some other stuff as well. But we'll get into that when the episode comes up because Jason agreed to come on an evening at the movies and sit down and talk to us about leaving small town America, going to Hollywood, and trying to make a name for yourself. So I'm excited to have Jason on the show. So
That'll
you
be
guys can
cool.
look forward to that in the near future. And he's got some stories about Mr. Reynolds and potentially Howard Stern to share with everybody as well.
Nice.
So there is that. So, like I said earlier, though, coming up next week, we will be sitting down and talking Rear Window with everybody. And then the week after that, you will get not one, but two episodes because it'll be the final week of Alfred Hitchcock month. And then on August 30th, we're going to flip it around and we're going to pay tribute to the late, great, other, another late, great, amazing director as well. But August 30th is the 10th anniversary of Wes Craven's death. So we will be talking the OG Nightmare on Elm Street. So you have those three movies to look forward to. And then tune in next week, and I will let everybody. In case I did, no, I did let everybody know last week what's coming up for Stephen King birthday bonanza, even if I forgot the monkey.
Nice.
So, monkey, Children of the Corn, Silver Bullet, and
Clown in a cornfield.
that's Halloween Horror Month,
Oh.
Halloween Horror Fest. Oh, it chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Yeah.
So,
All right.
forgive me. I always forget it chapter 2. We'll get into it chapter 2 next month. I'm not going to keep everybody, but this was a lot of fun. Um, but it's that time. So, co-hostess, the floor is yours. If the Fast and the Furious is done in Fort Worth,
Yeah.
take it away.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you all come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye.
Yeet.
Okay.